Maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't, who knows, but we're here, and if not, I'm just talking to myself, which is fantastic. That's Q1 dealt with. Going into Q2, there's a lot of spinners in that round, so I see you've all got used to this game pretty quickly. Let's see what Q2's got to have in store for us. Hey, people can hear me. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad that's dealt with. Well, pleasure to meet you all, guys. I will do my best. Unfortunately, I don't know who I need to be focusing on because I don't know any of you. I don't know who's quick and who I need to be watching, so I'll try and give you a fair broadcast. I'll do a lap with Tommy Lad as he goes on his out lap. So yeah, welcome to the RIZE Racing League, League 1, Division 1, Race 1, here in Sakhir, Bahrain, as we're into the twilight hours. Day goes into night. And there's the infamous spin, going into the penultimate corner. I see V1 Geordie's not hanging about, so let's follow him as he starts his flying lap in Q2 in the Williams. Nice and smooth as he goes up to the hairpin. Will he keep it in the track? Yes, he does. And as we all know, you stay away from the curves here. Miss the apex. Soon see what sector time. A yellow in sector 3. And here we go, DRS wide open as we blast down this mid-lap straight. Pick your little left-hander here, carry as much speed as you can on the inside. Stay away from the curb on the right-hand side. We all know what happens if you touch that bad boy. The second to last corner. Quite a few yellows, I imagine that's people backing off, letting people through. Infinite is on provisional pole in Q2 and Yord takes it by over a second. Got the two Hassers. Let's focus on McGurk. He goes for a flying lap. DRS again, wide open. Tricky braking point this one. I hit them anchors, turned into the apex. Don't want to run too wide. You're already thinking about turn 2. We go up to turn 4 we go. We've got yellow flags. People getting out of the way. Love to see it. A little bit wide of the apex, but lovely exit. Going to fast right left-hander. Nice and tight. Be interesting to see how brave people will get with these curves as we go into Q3. Haas has never gone so fast as this. Ooh, a little bit wide on the exit, we'll get away with that. Lovely, missed the apex. Smooth, tidy, if not spectacular. See where it puts him. Into P2, 6/10 down on Jord. Top 3 currently: Jord P1, McGurk P2, and R8 Storms P3. I believe standing in for someone, so doing a good job there. Got Smiffles on his outlap. He's just coming out the pits. I'm just going to call this guy Mr. Theo. I'm not quite sure the game he talks about, but hello Mr. Theo. So just watch him follow his lap. But it has been nothing spectacular, but he is on the mediums. He's thinking strategy. Can he get through to Q1 on the mediums? No, he must have run wide. That time has been deleted. Surely now he's going to have to bail and go onto the softs. Under 8 minutes remaining of Q2. There's run wide again there. That time deleted. Here we've got Hypnotic. Looks like he's giving it some a bit here in the Alpine. Nicely within track limits. What about the exit? Lovely, lovely. A little bit wide on the apex, but a nice little exit there. And Hypnotic is going to go to P7 in the Alpine. Here we've got AMG speeds in the Mercedes. It's gone up to P2. So 2 laps though. Remember, whatever they finish on in this qualifying section, they will begin the race on. So you're doing it on softs, you really don't want to be doing more than 1 lap. You're going to be massively disadvantaged going into the race. Here we've got Prune in the Aston Martin. DRS wide open. Going to get as wide on the entry as possible. Swing her in. Nice, kiss the apex, lovely there. Bit up over the top. Nice and steady. I do feel a lot of drivers have got a bit of time in the pocket for Q1, Q3, sorry. Goes up to P2, just under 4 tenths down from Jord. Don't know if you guys are getting the same sound at the minute. This Aston Martin sounds like a 2-part moped at the minute. But EA, Codemasters may fix it, who knows. But it's a very, very fast 2-part moped. That's all we can say on that one. At the point now where a lot of people have been making the decision they're going to stick with mediums. Will they get through? A lot of retirements, not quite sure why. Now we've got Carson Arnold going on the mediums. Probably not going to have time to switch to the softs now, so it really is all or nothing. If they're wanting to gain at least 2 or 3 tenths on his original time, be worth 3 or 4 positions, could be enough to get him through. Ooh, very light on the back end there, spun it up. Tricky braking zone, missed the apex. He's got squared off, DRS open. Really needs to throw some speed into this corner. Nice, good grip. Key part of the track here is track limits. There's a random wheel in the middle of the road. Hey ho. Michael Massey obviously doesn't care about safety today. We go down to the final corner. And he's going in the pits. May have enough time to slap on some softs. Obviously didn't feel it was going to be quick enough. 3 minutes remaining of Q2. About half the grid's DNF'd. Here's Mr. Theo. Mr. Theo goes up to P12. That's not going to be enough unless he goes again. I don't know if he's carrying enough fuel for another lap, but as it stands, Mr. Theo will be out of qualifying in the Alfa Romeo. Everyone else at the minute is currently in the pits. The only one who can save himself is Hypnotic. He needs to find a good 7 tenths though to get into Q3. And here comes Hypnotic. Here's the man in question in the Alpine. I think everybody from probably Carson Arnold upwards should be safe. Charo 14 has come out. Probably the right decision. is going to be under threat. For that final elimination spot. There he goes, he winds himself up. Blast down the start finish straight. Right on board. DRS open. Crucially 2/10 up. 2/10 up on his own time. There, he needs to find at least another 4/10 to save himself. Really get this braking zone right. Not bad. That's nice, he's certainly giving it everything. Now, will he fall foul of track limits? He's always wide of the apex, it's compromised him on the straight now. He really is going to have to send it into this final corner. He's going to have to take some speed. Will it be enough? Up to 5th. And that, folks, is Q2 dealt with. Not sure it's going to put through with all the DNFs, but I'm sure it will advise us. So, Q2 results. Jord in the Williams, P1. Speeds, Mercedes, P2, McGurk, P3 in the Haas. Yes, I said a Haas. Crucially, Carson, Smithles and Kingers has managed to get through on mediums, which will give him a bit of advantage in the race just after qualifying. Some people saying they can't hear comms again. If you can hear comms, let's start the debate as Q3 begins. Was it Max's fault? Was it Lewis's fault? And then usually when I say that on commentary lately, it gets a reaction. Fingers is first out. Actually no, he's just been beaten. Jord follow with the Williams. This is decide pole position for the race. This is where all the practice comes in handy. It's the fastest man over 1 lap. The thing with Bahrain, there's a couple of tricky braking zones that you really need to ace. Jord's really giving it some on the out lap. Room in the paddock at the minute is that Pastor Maldonado really wants a return to Williams, but George punched him in the face, so Pastor decided to leave it. So here is George in that seat after punching Pastor in the face. As he opens his lap, DRS open, straight down into turn 1. Second gear corner, get it to the right, tuck into the left, and you get that DRS open once again, down to the hairpin turn 4. A little bit wide of the apex, has compromised him on the exit. You want to go left, right. On this game you cannot touch the curbs on here. Another tricky downhill braking zone, but not as tricky as the one that's coming up. Again, slightly wide. Seems to be struggling with a little bit of understeer. Now you want to get the car to the right hand side, throw it to the left. Again, showing signs of a little bit of understeer, a little bit of a mid corner correction. Just within track limits. Here we go. Set the opening pace of qualifying 3 in the opening round at Bahrain. Got a set of 126.713. Carson has had his lap time deleted. Here comes Hypnotic. Did well to get through to Q3. Left it as late as he possibly could in Q2, but got the job done. That's lovely, he's really throwing that. Down to the final corner. Girk has gone P1 by 2/1000ths of a second. Smiffles, Team Williams. It's a cracking lap. 3/10 faster. McGurk will be going for another lap here. 2-lap old softs. He's going to have a little bit of tyre degradation, but we'll stick with him. I think he might possibly just see what he can get in the first sector. Might probably bail out of it. Very composed. Oh, that's wide. That's a deleted lap time. I think that'll see him into the pits now for a tyre change. Quite comfortably get another lap in. We see Kingers now on a fast lap. The 27.6 first sector. We've got a Mercedes stopped just at the start of sector 3. And there we are, that's why. Speeds must have had a spin. I imagine he's touched that curb. We're back on board with Kingers. Oh, and there he goes. There he goes. My good friend would say, just simply ran out of talent. There's no damage to the car, he'll be off on his way. Probably a quick tyre change. On board with Carson now. I believe he's coming into the pits. We've only got R8 Storms. His lap has also been deleted. We do have a bit of a lull at the minute. Only really got Jord out on track. And he is giving it everything, looking at the body language of that car. Crucially within track limits. He is 1/10 down, so he needs to find time. He needs to really throw this in now if he wants a shot at pole position. Nice exit. And as it comes down to this left hand, he'll go to the right. Want to straight line the corner as much as possible, slightly wide of the apex, just off the track. Don't get away with that. It's not a track limits area. It's up on the curb. Oh, we had to lift there. He had to lift. He's really going to have to make time in this final corner now. Smooth and steady. Comes to the DRS line. Hasn't improved. Going to struggle to get back now. I think that'll be him. He's going to struggle to get back to the pits and change the tyres and get on for a new flying lap. Let's follow McGurk as he attempts to take P1 away from Smithles. He's also had a turn like that. Just showing his used softs, and it's not bound to be right. On board with Smithles as he attempts to extend his lead of P1, see if he can find any time. He's coming up to the beam for sector 1 shortly. Again, nice and measured on the exit. Half a tenth up at the minute. Jord goes into P2. Not enough for Jord. Again, 7 1/1000ths. Very close to the top 3. Anytime Smithles can find will certainly help his cause. It's half a second up. That'll do lovely. If he can hold that, that should be enough for pole position for the Bahrain GP. Across the line. We're 1:26 dead. It's a wonderful lap. And now just across the line, just in time, I believe, is Carson. He's the only one It can really go for Sniffles here. Is he going to snatch pole position away at the last minute in Q3? And no, we've got a spinner. Yellow flags could cause a problem for anyone. Kingers goes P2. Brilliant lap from Kingers. Who have we got coming along next? We've got Smithles again. He's half a tenth down on his own pole position. That was a little bit scruffy though. I don't think he's really going to improve from here. Only one on a flying lap who's just behind Smithles is AMG Speeds. That's a purple second sector. Oh, that's a wonderful exit. He's really giving it all here. He's back to have it. Back to have it. Ah, he's got a time deletion. Time deletion. Oh no. AMG Speeds, he was purple. Dirt's final lap has also been deleted. Hypnotic currently P8. And as he crosses the line, Hypnotic into P5. Wonderful. So your starting grid: Smithles P1, Kingers P2, Jord P3, Carson P4, Hypnotic P5, Speeds P6. Could have been more though. Purple second sector, then got his time deleted. McGurk P7 and Storms in P8. So now, after a quick little respite, we'll be on to the race itself. So here we are, round 1 of the RIZE Racing League Championship, Season 1, in the beautiful desert of Sakia for the Bahrain GP. Smithles on pole in the Williams after a great qualifying lap. He'll keep going back to Speeds though. Speeds could have had it. He was purple second sector. He'll be looking to atone for that error in the race today. Here we go on the formation lap then. Key to this start will be, especially for Kingers, will be getting a good start, trying to stay up on the inside of Smithles and claim that high ground into the first corner, but it's so squirrely out of this corner and through up to the hairpin. Sometimes you can get a concertina effect which can cause issues down the grid. We're in the desert, so I can't imagine the rain being too much of an issue. As we go around the formation up, in which case Smithles is not hanging about, to be honest. Probably the fastest formation lap I've seen in my life. Now we're doing a bit of weaving. Especially on the soft tyres, medium tyres, sorry. He's going to want them piping hot. And there we are, predicted pit stop strategy powered by AWS. Personally, I think the 2-stop is probably the way to go forward. But we'll see as the game unfolds. There we have, I'll give a quick rundown of the top 10. Smithles P1 on the mediums, Kingers P2 on the mediums, Jord P3 on the soft, he could be dangerous going into the first corner with a good launch. Carson P4 on the mediums, and then there's a bunch of soft runners here. Hypnotic P5, Speeds P6, McGurk P7, Storms P8, and Boom P9, and Infinite P10. Terra 14 free choice has gone for the mediums. We've got one hard runner in Ditto. Other than that, it's a pretty much reasonable even split between the soft and the medium runners. But here we are as we line up to the grid. Here we are as we wait for the lights. Here we go, the opening weekend of the RIZE Racing League. Here we are in Bahrain. Five lights. And we're off, the season's away. Fingers with the P2. Really had a bad start off there, he's getting swarmed into the first corner. Oh, there's a late breaker there, that could be a penalty. See, Speeds is definitely making up for that poor qualifying. We've got a spinner straight into the barriers. He's done a proper Grosjean. Oh dear, we've got, it could be a safety car here. There is debris everywhere. We've got VSC. I can see this getting escalated to a safety car. There's a lot of debris. Yep, and there we are, safety car. Not a surprise. Not a surprise. There is a lot of debris back there. Well, a little opening that was. St. George were going so well, but I said in the formation lap, coming out that first corner, get squirrely. Always Constantine create problems back of the grid. That's exactly what we've done. We've got Tommy Ladd who's DNF'd. After that opening skirmish, somehow Smithles is still P1. Jord P2 leading them as Williams front row at the minute. Danky Day. Biggest winner so far, up 10 places from 18th to 8th. Kingers, after a promising beginning, for about 4 positions, he's the big loser. We've got McGurk down in 17, he's down 10 places. Hypnotic down 13 to 18, and Carson effectively rear of the grid now. As we're going to start seeing some strategy calls behind the safety car. We've already got Speeds in for pit. So yeah, it's got damage. See the front wing go on. Well, it did come off, and then just well done, EA. That looked absolutely pants. Hey ho. Ah, it's being held. Doesn't cost too much. Obviously, it's behind the safety car. Ah, we've got a traffic jam in the pits. Oh dear. Serving a penalty there for Ross. We've actually got Donkey Day leading the race now. I'm not sure how that's happened. Now it's McGurk. Okay, what we'll do is basically we'll ignore it at the minute because clearly the game is having a fit. It's just making it up as we go along. So we'll wait till it all settles down. All I can tell you is there's 19 cars on the track. That's as much as my information allows me to tell you at the minute. So currently, apparently, McGurk is in the lead. And then, no, we've got Smithles in the lead. Don't know what happened to McGurk. He's down in 17th. Aliens. Let's put it down to aliens, boys. We follow the safety car around. Got a stopper on the map. Oh, there we go. Bucko seems to be having some sort of issue in the Red Bull. We'll spun it. An update on the penalties. We've got well, we've got a spinner again with Bucko. Penalties, just Toner 5 seconds, Satan 5 seconds, and Kraken has got a 5-second penalty. Now we've got Smithles, who it says is in first, but he's second on the grid. And apparently Jord is 2 minutes 15 behind him. As you can see, it's just a mess. I mean, we've got people that, technically, Bucko is about 10 minutes behind everyone if you add all that lot up. So, Bucko may as well have started the race in Italy. That's about how far away he is from the start of the race currently. But I'm sure that'll sort itself out. Not sure what's going off with the timing. Hopefully when the safety car comes in it'll sort itself out. Safety car lights are still on. They're expecting to be coming in. Up there we go, good timing. So effectively Smithles, now comes the safety car. He'll be wanting to go right at the last minute. He won't want to be giving anyone a slipstream down that straight. Not letting the safety car really escape though. Now, when's he going to bolt? Yeah, it looks like he's going. He's gone. Two Williams down into the first corner. Jord thinks better of it. We've got a change of position there. Theo goes up the inside of Infinite into the first corner. Would he be able to? He's gone wide though on the exit. Infinite might get a run at him down into the hairpin. No DRS yet, not for another couple of laps. Very well behaved boys so far. Ditto gains a place on Hypnotic, and then they swap around again. As Chero gets a 3-second time penalty. Back to the action, here we go, we've got Theo. Oh, that braked himself there, did well to miss Jord in the end, as Jord's looking at the back end of his teammate. We've got a spinner at the back in the Red Bull. Bucko, really struggling with that Red Bull today. But here we are at the front, Jord, really sticking with him. This is the key now, really stay through these fast corners, stay as close as he can in that dirty air. Get a good run off the top of the hill, down into the last corner. What he'll be looking to do. Theo's starting to look very interested now. Looks like Theo might have just tapped his front wing there. Doesn't look like there's too much damage on his front wing. Is he going into his last corner? Here comes Jord. It's a lovely move. Obviously Smithles on the soft tyres is a slight disadvantage. But here comes Theo down the side of him now. Both gaining on Jord. This is going to be an interesting first corner. There could be 3 abreast. Theo up the inside. Smithills toughs it out around the outside as well. He could also have a little bit of a run on his teammate here. Jordan lifts his rears up. This is really good driving from Smithills. He's on the harder tyre. That's a nice lunging move from Theo. Up into P2, he needs to stay on George as DRS comes into action. We've got a stopper on the pit straight and another safety car. I believe it's Bocco. Stopped on the main straight and brought out the safety car. Theo is DNF'd. Missed that, I'm afraid. Let's see if we can get a replay of that after the game. Seems to be stricken on the DRS straight. Wonder if he got caught out by the safety car call. That'll be a shame for Theo. He's looking very racy. The safety car comes out once again. You go with the soft runners. I can expect the majority of the soft runners to come and pit in now. It's going to mix up the grid. They had no gaps. They're still bunched from the first safety car, so this really is going to bunch the grid up. Should have a good race here with the Williams coming through the field. I'm just watching a replay of the start. There's a bit of bumping at the back of the grid with Tommy. Yeah, and there's the Concertina effect. I imagine he's going to get clouted from the side in a minute. Ooh. Yeah, there was a stricken car in the middle there that kind of caused all that. Tommy lad was unlucky. Unfortunately, he's out of the race, and now he's going to concentrate on the second race of the season. Yeah, so looking at the replay, it looks like Chero tangled with McTurk originally, which then put McTurk across the road, and Tommy Ladd's gone to avoid him and been clipped on the outside. The stewards would definitely be looking at the guy who clipped McTurk there, kind of caused a chain reaction. So as we've got it at the minute, we've got Kingers in P1, 6 lap old mediums. We've got Storms who's on 6 lap old softs. He's decided to tough it out. Danky in 3rd, Cher in 4th, Kraken in 5th, Crew in 6th, Hypnotic 7th, Carson 8th, Speeds 9th, and Jordan 10th. He has just pitted. A nice, interesting split strategy between the Williams. George's gone for the softs, and Smithills has gone for hards. So, is Smithills going to try and get to the end? Could be pushing it. It's possible. But George will definitely be looking to get that toe down and get a gap on, as much gap on Smithills as possible through the traffic. Ideally, try and build a pit stop window. has brought McGurk a bit into the race now. He's just behind Smithles. He's stopped twice already. So here we are, safety cars in this lap. Here we go. We go again for the second safety car restart. Fingers P1, Storms P2. It looks like he's gone for it. And that's it, he's gone. Power in his battery. Storms has stayed with him though. Storms is going to have advantage of the soft tyre. Storms going to try and send one up the inside. No, he thinks better of it. Wise idea. They all seem reasonably well behaved there. We've got King is P1, Storms P2, Danky P3. George's already up to P9. Smithles is down to P12. This is really working into George's hands at the minute. George's up to P8. He's really got the hammer down at the minute. Fresh soft tyres, really taking advantage of him to get through the grid and get away from Smithles. But the McLaren had a little bit of an issue there, I reckon. Better off sending it up the inside. Smithles up to 13. He was briefly down to 14, having a little fight with Sato. Ooh, Nautic goes a little bit wide there. And Geordie's through. He's flying straight after the McLaren cracking. 5-second penalty, but I'll want to get past him. Down the inside, the Haas. Drag race down to turn 1. And McLaren's going to be hindered. Aston Martin comes across to covering. That's a wonderful move down the inside if he can get it stopped. That's a beautiful move from Jord. Just cracking now as a look at Prune. See Kraken come up behind Prune. Prune's having a half look at Jord there. Thought better of it. Jord's now up to P5. He's straight after Cho's. Had a couple of incidents, should we say, so far in the race. He'll want a nice clean overtake. He can't afford any damage as he tries to make the gap even bigger between Smithles, who seems to be struggling on them hards. Has not made any way into the safety car restart. Kingers has crucially got away from DRS in the front from Storms. Danky here having a look at Storms. Best ploy here, stay tucked up behind, not really worth. We've got Ditto out of the race. He's dropped it, looks like he's at the inside wall. Don't think there's going to be much threat of this full safety car. In fact, no, there's the virtual safety car. George up to now P3. He really has been a man on a mission. From what I can see, the Ditto's still on the inside there. Looks like they've cleared it away now. VSC should be ending. As it Nautic gets a penalty. Drive through penalty for speeding under the VSC. And also speeds. Well, it's been a scrappy weekend so far for speeds. Looked like he had a shot at pole position, purple middle sector, but then ran wide. Speeds about a minute off the pace now, well behind as he serves his drive through. But we're off racing again. George now in P3. Really good position now. He doesn't really need to go for it. He can look after his tyres a little bit. We've got a yellow, as we've got a spinner. Looks like McGurk. Not McGurk. Got a VSC again. That's the other Haas. Carson, DNF'd. That corner, now that tyre wear is starting to come in, really is affecting people. Losing the back end. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of a lift through there. These new cars don't have as much grip as last year, especially on the rear end with the regulation changes. Obviously not as big as next year's regulations change. See the cars dramatically change, but here we are with another VSC. Will Hypnotic choose to use a drive-through? Yep, he'll use less time under the VSC as what he would under full speed, so clever tactic there. And away we go. VSC has now ended. Smiffles is now up to P7. That's what he's needed to do. Now on board with Jord as he hunts down Danky Day in the Alpine. The yellow flag in sector 2. And that looks like the Hypnotic, Danky Day's teammate, that spun it. But here we are, DRS enabled, using the battery. Danky pits. God will be happy with that. It's the benefit of DRS all down this straight and doesn't have to overtake anyone. It'll be straight onto the back of Kingas now. Snatched his front brake slightly. Smiffles P6. Smiffles is still staying in a good time bracket to George, so this race between these two guys is definitely not over yet. Smiffles may go to the end on them hards. George definitely won't on these softs. So if you heard that microphone, Vin Diesel's just turned up outside somewhere in his Vauxhall Corsa, but that's a different story. So still on board with George. We've got another spinner in sector 3. It really is catching everybody out now. Kingas is doing well. We follow Smiffles for a little bit. As he comes up on some traffic, he needs to clear Infinite and Kraken as soon as possible. The trouble for Smiffles is he has gone for the hard tyre, the slower of the 3 available. In Bahrain, you tend to go with the harder compounds, C5, C4 and C3s. Good ride on board with Smiffles. Infinite gets past Kraken. Smiffles can't afford to be held up here. He'll be finding a little bit of a DRS train because Kraken's going to pick up DRS. In fact, no, yes he will pick up DRS. Going to negate Smiffles into the hairpin. It's a lovely exit from Smiffles. Killed the wheel spin with the early upshift. Playing with the curbs. Looks like Kingas has got Jord under control. That's a slow exit from Kraken. That's going to give Smiffles a run down into turn 11. There we are. It's just Turner gets another penalty, 3-second penalty. Satan, fastest lap on a 1:29.7. Ross Wales has also got a 3-second time penalty. Unlike England at the Euros, I hope you'll take the penalties correctly. Smiffles has got to stop with Infinite down here to get his DRS. This could be crucial moments for Smiffles, the winner of this race. Chero pits. No DRS. Sniffles. AMG Speeds gets a penalty. He's got a 10-second penalty. We've got a yellow in sector 2. I believe that is for Speeds, who has spun. And is now DNF'd. Well into the barrier over there. And that just lost that under braking. Double waved yellows through sector 2. Looks like the stewards have done a sterling job and removed that car. The yellows have been removed. I think he's really doing a great job here. Tell he's really starting to struggle for grip now though. Seen a few cars lose it round there and you can tell it's very twitchy. Doing a good job to keep Jord 2.5 seconds as it has been for the last few laps. Remember Jord on the newer and faster tyre. Kinga's pits. Kinga's pits. Now it's going to go for a 1-stopper or a 2-stopper. Looks like the hards are going on. He's hoping for a 1-stop. Jord also pits. This is going to give Smiffles the net lead. Infinite is there, but he still needs to stop. But Smiffles has got the net lead, so now it's going to be Jord hunting down for the win to the end. Jord has gone for the mediums, Smiffles on the hards. As Ton has now been speeding in the pit lane. Ton has basically been speeding everywhere. So as we are with Kinga straight onto Ross, down into the hairpin, up the inside. Not quite as brave on the brakes, but he's going to get a wonderful exit on the outside. And Ross cuts him off. This is falling into the hands of Jord. He's really going to love this. These two fighting each other helps him get straight onto the back of them. Remember, he's hunting down Smiffles for the win. Here is Smiffles. Trying to get onto the back of Infinite. He's going to throw everything to try and get DRS down the straight. That's a wonderful exit. 213 going down into 14, final corner. Infinite pits for his pit stop. Smiffles did just manage to get DRS, look. Who knows how crucial that'll be towards the end. His Alpine sets the fastest lap on a 1:29 flat. So, that should be the pit stops out of the way for the top guys. We see Jord really up on Kingas. He's not going to want to overheat his tyres here. He's going to want to get past him. He held him up in the second stint. Oh, Jord! And he's round. And he's round. And that's a bad place to spin. Going to lose positions. Hopefully he's not going to collect anyone. Could have done some damage to his tyres there. He's really struggling. As McGurk has a look at him. McGurk's going to take a tighter line, get it squared up sooner, V the corner off, got a little bit of wheel spin on exit. Now McGurk's going to have a look at Jord while his tyres get sorted out. That could be a race defining moment just there. McGurk is all over Jord. He's a little bit wide. Jord got a better exit out of 213. That might just survive enough for Jord to now get back, get composed, go again. It's going to be about damage limitation now. There's also not done his chances of getting them tyres to the end as he goes up the inside of Broome. Drives away from Broome. That's up into P5 for George. See George in front. Garrick is also queuing up behind. Garrick's on hard tyres. Sutton's had a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Crucially here, Broome is going to want to try and hold on to George for the DRS. Otherwise he could be open to McGurk here. He'll go down the straight, he's got DRS. I should see him safe for a lunge from McGurk. It's too far back from there. Jord. Homes in on Storms. It's pretty much the closest battle we've got on the track at the minute. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Jord has not got a lot of his battery left. Surely going to throw this up the inside. And there he is, through nice and safely. Looks like Storm's struggling with a bit of traction there. He has got DRS on Jord, but does it like he's a little bit lacking in grip here at the minute. That could be good news for Broome and McGurk to get a few more valuable points. Oh, and he's round. He's round. He's into the barrier. Well, what timing that was, Storms. Looks like he can keep going. It's a virtual safety car, as the damage is at least 4 miles off the track, but Michael Massey won't risk it, just in case a random gust of wind blows it onto the track. Don't know. But we've got another VSC, and that's going to be a new front wing and a pit stop for Storms. Unlucky. Was racing well, standing in the Ferrari today for a no-show. Had some good races, good qualifying. Unfortunate there to drop it on the curb. We'll just have a look at Just Tunner here. Had an eventful race, it's got a few penalties. We're all getting used to the game. We all live and learn. Here's the next question of the race. Oh, we've had a swap in positions for some reason. Oh, we've got some pit stoppers. I didn't expect this. Did not expect this. It's a little bit early to go softs, but I'm sure some are going to try it. No, they've gone for mediums. Question is, will Danky Day try and get them softs to the end as Satan picks up his 900 millionth penalty? That track is green and we're away again. Will Danky have to qualify? Pit again? That is the question. Fingers should be good to the end. We've got sector, we've got a spinner, and it's Smithles. Well, has it just swung back to George's favour? Drama. Everyone seems to be struggling with that corner today. As the grip levels drop, back end becomes a little bit light. Well, that'll be music to George's ears as Smithfield decides to pit. The way this is going, Kinga's is in a good position at the minute. There's another penalty for Tunners. So 9 laps to go. We've got Danky Day on old soft. Surely he's got to pit again. Leading just under 4 seconds from Kingers in the McLaren. He's on new hards. Then we've got Jord on mediums in third, 7 seconds behind. And then Prune 3 seconds behind on old mediums. And Gert picks up another penalty from race control. Smiffles has gone for the soft now. 9 laps on the soft. Gonna have to treat them very nicely in the opening laps to get them to last. Can't take too much life out of them. But he has got some overtaking to do. He's really going to be hoping for a safety car to bring him back into the game. So will Danky. He wouldn't mind a safety car at the minute. Right on board with Kingers. We've actually got a fight developing with Smiffles. And here we are with Kraken. Well, he really is going with it. Kraken switches to the inside. Done a proper Bottas and bottled it. And there we are, Smiffles through. Bit of a lull in the race. Smiffles is just foot down now. Straight after Charo. And we've got another spinner. Like it's Turner again. Probably done the new error on this game. Dropped it on the curb. But he's picked it up. So when I look at Hypnotic. Oh, we'll be all over him down here with DRS. Is he going to go up the inside? Bit of banging wheels, lovely move, well executed there. And we've got someone in the barrier, and it's Storms. Split the barrier, gone out to the outside. Again, that corner catching everybody out. Dankady has chosen to pit. That's put Slow Kingers into P1, Joe P2, Infinite P3, Danky into P4. Question is now, will Danky be able to get back for a podium position? Jord comes up to lap Satan. We've got these pair at it again, Tunner and Hypnotic. Right on board with Tunner, just Tunner and AlphaTauri. Oh, we thought about going up the inside there, wasn't really on. Lost out on the exit a bit. Doesn't have much of his ERS left either to attack Hypnotic with. Does seem to be struggling with a little bit of understeer Tunner as well. Follow Hypnotic through the fast S's. A little bit wide there for Tunner. We see Prune get past McGurk. Down into turn 1. McGurk should get. Got a yellow. Sector 2, and that's Satan who's spun it. But here we go, this is where the fight is at the minute for the last remaining podium position. Should be easy meat for Danky on fresh softs. Infinite 6-lap old mediums. Cheeky little lift, Infinite, very twitchy there. Danky just needs to remain calm. Just needs to remain calm. So just sit in it. Get in with DRS. Staying as wide as possible. Straight line that corner as much. Carry as much speed. Got good traction on the exit. This should be easy meat. As McGurk has spinned it. But there we go. Watching Danky go into the podium positions. A good race, Danky. Solid race. Kept himself out of trouble. And you get rewarded. He will be looking to chase Jordan now. He's got Satan in front. There's a back marker. Danky's setting some very good sector times here as he gets past Satan, who's being lapped. But Satan has hindered Infinite a little bit there. May push him into the clutches of Smithles. We've got another yellow in sector 2. Smithles get past. There's some very quick laps going in at the minute. I think the podium spots are pretty much settled at the minute, providing any drama. So, Smithles. He might fancy himself a little run at the podium. He's going to have to get past Infinite though, first time of asking. And then really get the hammer down. Going to have to find 5 seconds in 3 laps on Danky, who's on newer soft, so it's going to be a tall order. Here he is, settling to try and do it into the hairpin. And he would ride on board with Infinite as we see Smithles gives him the inside. And that's it, chooses not to fight it. Probably with the tie delta, probably a wise idea. Smithles off into 4th to try and chase down Danky. Danky should have the podium covered. But should he make a mistake, Smithles would definitely be there. Capitalise on that. Smithles using the last of his battery to try and get away. There's somewhere aboard, right on board with Kingers, who's had a really solid race, to be honest. He had a poor start from what I remember, but he's held it, kept to his strategy, And whilst others around him lost their heads, he's kept cool. Really been a solid race. Certainly there's been a lot of rustiness today. Obviously new game is the new version F1 2021 on the Xbox. I've already seen in some of the comments people having trouble with the steering wheels. Definitely is, just take the points what you can get at the minute until it all gets sorted out, settled. Fingers really lighting up the rear wheels there. It's been a good opening race for the RIZE Racing League, Season 1, League 1 at Bahrain. Got a yellow flag in sector 2, I think someone briefly went off the track there. Into the penultimate lap. Fingers goes. He's actually pulling out on George at the minute. I think George just settled in for second. We've got a yellow in sector 3. Looks like McGurk's turned around again. Like he's struggling to get going. Away he goes. And here we got Danke. Well, I think actually, you know, I'm going to give driver of the day, my own driver of the day, to Danke. As you can see up there, up 15 paces. Took full advantage of all the carnage in the opening couple of laps in the first 2 safety cars. Scored his pit stops just about right. He's going to pick up a podium. Got a yellow in sector 2, looks like Satan, is it? Yep, Satan. Spun it round. Hypnotic and Ross come up onto him. But here we are, final lap. The Bahrain GP. And that's just right on bar with slowest Kingers. Well, today is certainly the king. And it's certainly not been the slowest. We've got a yellow just in front, sector 2, just turn it as DNF'd. Oh, and Kingers is round. Kingers is round now. Where's Jord? Is Jord going to catch up? This could be a vital end to the race. And there's Kingers. He's got away with it. He's managed to get going, but his tyres are going to be struggling. He really lit them tyres up, and we've got R8 spinning, R8 Storms, it's crashed. These 2 guys are coming up to it. If George can really put some pressure on now, this will be an interesting end to the race. You know what, Kingers might just get away with it if he can keep it on the track. The debris has been cleared in front of him, he's got a clear path. He just clipped the curb on the inside, spun him round. But it looks like he's going to get away with it. Qualified P2. And here he is, crossing the line, the winner of the Bahrain GP. Slowest Kingers. Jord P2, Danke P3. Smithles comes P4 for a good points haul for Williams. Infinite should be P5, quickly followed by Chero, who might lose a place due to penalties. Unsure how that'll work out. I think he's got away with it. Kraken P9. Hypnotic boot. Kraken P8, sorry. And rounding off the points is Ross Wales in the Red Bull. Hypnotic didn't like his car and decided to take a wheel off. That concludes the RIZE Racing League Race 1. And the game also agrees with me. Also gave it to Denki Day, Driver of the Day. You watch the podium celebrations. There is McLaren on the top step, Williams step 3. And the Alpine step 3. There's your top 3, folks. And now you'll see the final standings along with who got the fastest lap, which was Spiffles with a 1:27.8. So it's Kingers from Jord, Denki, then Smiffles, Infinite, Chero, Prune, Kraken, Hypnotic and Ross, your top 10.